I'm Cam Rogers. Hit me up on Twitter at Mr. Rogers99. It's Masters Week. Who's going to hoist that green jacket? I've got Masters power rankings for you, counting you down from number 10 all the way to number 1. So top players to watch out for at Augusta National. The Masters set to kick off on Thursday morning. Let's go through them. Number 10 on my list here, Bubba Watson, two-time Masters champion. First off, I'd just like to say I am not a Bubba guy, not a fan, never have been. When you yell at your caddy for a missed yardage or whatever, you know, I just don't like you. So Bubba Watson, you know, you're lucky to be on my list here at number 10. He's got 2 green jackets from 2012 and 2014. He's the best driver on tour, I'll say that much. Really good off the tee. Here's the thing with Bubba, though. Outside his 2 wins, he has finishes of 37th, 38th, 50th, and a missed cut. So it's kind of feast or famine with him. If you want to kind of think of it from a fantasy golf perspective, not really buying into Bubba Watson here. So if you guys are playing DraftKings or FanDuel or any of that stuff, he's going to be highly owned. Don't buy into the Bubba Watson hype, I'm telling you, even though he just won the WGC match play. All right, so Bubba's at number 10. Let's go to number 9, the defending champion, Sergio Garcia. Iron game is on point. First on tour in strokes gained approach, which essentially means his second shots are really, really good. Recent father, by the way, recently had a child, which I think is actually a potential distraction here for Sergio, as well as all the media hype that comes into, you know, being the defending champion at Augusta National. Only 3 players have repeated as Masters champions: Nick Faldo, Jack, and Tiger. I don't think Sergio is going to be in that company. So, again, you want to talk about a fade in fantasy golf? I think Sergio is another name that you should probably stay off of. So Garcia's at number 9. Let's go to number 8. This guy has been a bridesmaid a couple of times at the Masters. Justin Rose, really good tee to green. His putter has been really solid of late as well. Last 3 appearances at Augusta, a second, a 10th, a second. So I'd say he's pretty darn consistent. Had an okay week at the Houston Open, but he does rank 5th in strokes gained putting, 14th in bogey avoidance, and tied for 20th in driving distance. I think regression to the mean is a big concern for me about Justin Rose. I think he might drop off a little bit this year. It's really hard to have consistent success at a major championship. So he's at number 8. Let's go to number 7 now. Rickie Fowler, perhaps the best player to have not won a major right now. He's been so close so many times in majors. Ranked 6th on tour in par 4 scoring average. Now, he does have a tendency to blow up. You look at 2016, had a round of 80 and 73, respectively, in that first and second round. So something to watch there with Rickie Fowler. Let's go to number 6, a guy I really like a lot this week, guys. The old geezer himself, Phil Mickelson, 3-time Masters champion, crushing the par 5s, ranked 2nd in strokes gained putting, 12th in par 5 scoring. He knows Augusta like the back of his hand. And Augusta usually sees kind of the older crowd rise on that leaderboard. Fred Couples, Bernhard Langer, Phil Mickelson is going to be no exception. A guy to watch out for. I am so high on him in fantasy golf. Let's go to number 5, another guy I am really high on, Tiger Woods. Here he is, 3 straight top 15 finishes on tour. He's rounding into form. And even when he has played the Masters rusty, he's finished in the top 10 before. So Tiger is a guy who I absolutely love at Augusta National this week. His short game is on point. The driver is the big-time concern for me. But you know what? If he figures it out, he is going to win this tournament. I really believe that. And I'm going to have my prediction for the Masters later this week. But Tiger Woods at number 5. So let's go to number 4 in my rankings. We've got Dustin Johnson. Not really sure what to think of DJ. He missed last year's Masters due to injury when he was the heavy favorite. Now here he comes. We haven't seen much of him in 2017. Kind of a small sample size here for his schedule. Owns a couple top 10 finishes at Augusta. T7 finish at Mexico. So there's Dustin. He's the highest priced golfer in DraftKings. So I'm not really buying into him in terms of fantasy golf circles, but certainly a name to watch out for the Masters. Let's go to number 3 now, a guy who could potentially become the number 1 player very soon. Justin Thomas hasn't finished worse than T22 in 10 starts on tour, reigning PGA Tour Player of the Year, 2017 FedEx Cup champion. Now, his 2 Masters appearances, T39, T22, so you may wonder, you know, maybe he's due for a really good finish at Augusta. I am fading JT. So I'm fading Sergio, I'm fading Bubba, Justin Rose, and Justin Thomas. I think maybe he peaked a little too early, and I need to see at least a top 10 finish from this guy at Augusta before I buy into him in fantasy golf. So Justin Thomas is at number 3. Let's go to number 2, who I think has a really good shot at winning this tournament and completing the career Grand Slam. Yep, Rory McIlroy. Recently won the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Wasn't good at the start of the year, by the way, but Rory is a guy, when he picks it up and he finds his game, he's the best player in the world. And he could win by 10 shots because we've seen it before in major championships. His driver's elite. His putter's getting hot. Love Rory McIlroy at the Masters. So he's at number 2, which means this kid is at number 1. I can say kid because, well, he's kind of my age, I guess. Jordan Spieth had a 66 yesterday at the Houston Open, which is all I needed to see. Finished inside the top 10. His putter is starting to get hot. He has been so good tee to green all year long. But it's that putter, especially inside 10 feet, that has been hurting him. Now it's getting hot, and by the way, he already has a green jacket to his credit, the 2015 Masters champion. I'm thinking that he can ride that momentum from Houston into this tournament as well. So Jordan Spieth, he has a very good shot at having a second green jacket. Masters week, plenty of Masters coverage coming at you on the Cam Rogers Show. Jordan Spieth ranking number 1 in my Masters power rankings. We're wrapping up the program here on Chat Sports Facebook Live. Check me out on Twitter at Mr. Rogers99. Leave a comment, leave a question. I'll be sure to answer as I see fit. I will see you Wednesday morning, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Take care.